Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vex Osolana. It's a pleasure to meet you. Now, this is in replacement for a boring introductory video that I kind of ballsed up. I'm going to put that up on my YouTube channel too, but the audio is shocking. This is just an introductory for this new web series I'm planning on doing called First Person Gamer, FPG for short. I'm going to be going to random places around the country, I say, but it'll be between Sydney and Melbourne. Anywhere in that sort of semicircle, you'll be good. If for the thing is, for this series to survive beyond the first 2 months or so, I'm going to need a lot of help from you folks. You see, I'm going to do the first 4 or so episodes, not including the pilot, in Canberra because that is the nearest population centre to where I live. However, what I want is for you nice ladies and gentlemen to email in, send in location suggestions, games you want me to play. Did I mention that this series is about me going out and playing random board games with random people? If not, I should have. If I did, sorry for repeating myself. Hammer in the point. Get it in those brains. So, you can find me at Vexrapopple on Twitter. There is also going to be an email address set up and a Facebook page. I haven't quite got those completed as of the time of this recording, but once I have finalized them, the details will be in the YouTube descriptor. I'm going to go up and film my pilot episode in Brisbane on the 1st. It should be up on YouTube by about the 8th. Oh no, the 31st. Oh, my bad. Oh, well, whatever. Next Sunday. And then another week after that, I'll be going up to Canberra to film my first public episode, where I hope you guys and girls will be joining me. It's basically, I go up, I'll set up a table in the middle of Canberra, I will advertise about a month in advance to me actually doing it, well, except for this first one, I'm only really advertising 3 weeks, but I'm getting off topic again. And if you see me in my spiffy little suit, then come up, ask, and you can be on the show. No problem. I mean, for obvious limits of the first 4 to 8 people, depending on what game we're playing. I'm going to be investing in some little masquerade-style half masks. If any of you are worried about having your face on the internet, and if any of you people are worried about putting your names on the internet, feel free to use an alias. Feel free to make up as much bullcrap as you want about who you may or may not be. As long as you're consistent, I don't care. I will go along with whatever you say. You may have guessed that Vex Osolana is not my name. I'm not going to tell anyone my name. I'm not going to tell anyone where I live. I'm not going to be especially secretive about it. I mean, I'm probably going to drop a few hints. I mean, you can probably get me down to a good region just saying that my travel limits are Sydney to Melbourne. When I say limits, that's a very general term. It just means I don't really have the budget to go much further than that on a regular basis. If you suggest Darwin or Hobart, Brisbane, I may well get around to doing them. Just don't expect me to do that sort of trip every week. No, well, I'm starting off fortnightly. If I get a good response from you folks, I will happily upgrade to a weekly show. If I don't get a good response from you folks, it's quite possible the show will be dead after 2 months. I don't care. I'm having fun. This show is purely set up to indulge my selfish whims of getting to play new, different, and interesting games on a every other week basis. See, there are people who I play games with regularly, but they always want to play the same games. I don't like that. That hurts me inside. So that's what I'm doing this for. New people, new games, new places. Yes! Now, I said you could submit locations. Anywhere public, I will consider. Anywhere private, I will consider conditionally. Now, these are going to be having me traveling quite a ways. Any private locales, you have to either be A, in a position to grant me permission to use the location. Like, you have to own the shop. You have to own the restaurant. Or B, you have to be the one to get me permission. It'll have to be a pretty spectacular private location for me to actually get permission myself. It's just that I don't trust people not to send in joke ones that they know I'll never be able to do, and this is my way of cutting that down, sort of thing. Prioritization will be given to locations that if you send a picture, locations that have some kind of weather shelter in case the gods decide to piss down upon us, locations that the picture actually looks pretty. You will lose points if the picture is of genitalia. No offense, it's not that kind of show. Unless, of course, it's background and you're trying to get me to do one on the clothing option or beach, well, in which case it's kind of unavoidable, but that's a bit questionable as far as. But I'll consider it. Anywho, I'm getting off topic again. So, yes, send me pictures. If you want to play a specific game, send it to me. If you think it's a game that I like, I haven't played, and you're right, then you will be prioritized. This show is about me playing new, different, and interesting games. And if you have a new, different, interesting game for me, that is automatically going to bump you right up there on my priority list. So you can find me at Vexrapopple on Twitter. I'll post my my email address in the little link to this video. I go into a little bit more detail in the other video, but well, the audio is frankly terrible, and I couldn't work out how to edit around it. I'm putting it up there for completionary purposes, no other real reason. Now, I wear a very specific suit when I'm filming an episode. If you check out the other video, even if you just check out the screen clip of the other video, you will see it. If I'm not wearing that suit, or the pants that go with that suit, approach at own risk. You see, when I'm not doing a show, I am an antisocial little sod. If you approach me and talk at me like I am supposed to know who you are, I'm not going to respond positively in all due likelihood. So, yeah, you've been warned. Now, I'm happy to, that said, if you work out where I am, don't blab. If you work out who I am, don't blab. What it might be worthwhile doing is dropping me a private message via email, Facebook, or Twitter, and asking, hey, I happen to be in your town for a week. Do you want to do a games night? Odds are good, I will. Now, I have no real plans of filming an episode around where I actually live, but if you happen to be in town and work out where I live and get it right, I will happily consider doing an episode with you. I have no real objections, I just have no real plans. So, I think that's pretty much everything covered. The prioritization, the fortnightly thing. I'll be putting some posters up in Canberra about the 29th when I head up there. And, yeah. So keep an eye out, and I'll also announce the first few locations when I do on the pilot episode, which I'm going up to film next week. I hope to see some of you in the Canberra visit, and I hope to hear some emails from some of you for good locations I can do episodes. Remember, prioritization will be given to the areas between Melbourne and Sydney, but I will consider for some more elaborate budget, and maybe I'll plan a holiday round at episode filming purposes, more distant areas. Okay? Thanks. Bye-bye.